We outside. We out. We're gonna make a peach custard pie today. I won't spoil anything, but this recipe was delicious. I very much enjoyed it. I don't usually eat fruit. I'm not a fruit person. Like, I don't really eat like peaches by themselves. Like, I'm not really gonna, it's not that I don't like them. I'm just like, after dinner, I'm gonna go get ice cream. I'm not gonna go get a peach. My dad loves fruit, so I figured, you know, especially pudding, custard, so I'm like, I'll make this for him. So this recipe was for you, Dad. I like to use the Pillsbury pie dough for the pies usually, but the store didn't have that. So we had to get graham cracker crust, the pre-made crust, which turned out to be fine because I was reading that if you're making anything like fruit related, like pies or anything like that, you have to, well, not you have to, but baking the crust first a little bit actually prevents the pie from becoming soggy. So I didn't know that. So like, comment, subscribe, tell your ghosts about me, tell your demons about me, tell your friends about me. All right, let's go. Okay.
You want pie? Does it smell good? I know it does, right? Make sure I get a peach.
I'm gonna try mine without the ice cream first.
Oh, well.
Well, you do whatever the hell you want.
Oh, it's good.
It tastes like apple pie.
Yeah, it's apple pie with peach instead.
It doesn't even taste like peaches.
Slightly. I know, the peach is not that strong. It's the exact same texture and everything.
This is really delicious. Yum. Okay, so this actually tasted very much like an apple pie. You can leave a comment if you want to help out. I'm going to do some research on it. Whatever the orange peach was, that had an orange color to it, was the peach. I used a few different kinds of peaches in the pie. They had white peaches, and I think that they said yellow, but one of them had like an orange tint, and only one of them had that. Nothing was labeled when we went, which is very weird because usually they label everything when we go to do that stuff. So I don't understand what the deal was this year. But whatever the orange peach was, I'll show you a picture. That was the peach inside the pie that I got the most flavor out of. So I would say to really bring that peach flavor, I'm definitely going to make this again because everybody loved it. The custard was delicious, the seasonings. There were people in the comments that thought that the cinnamon and nutmeg took away. I don't think so. I think that the juiciness and maybe the ripeness, maybe I didn't wait long enough, was the thing that takes the flavor away. Because I thought that peaches go bad fast, so I wanted to use them quick. So what I would do for that is either use canned peaches. I would probably draw out the flavor, or I saw this woman online. She was making fritters. I'll put the rest, I'll credit her on the bottom. But she left her peaches in a bowl with sugar for about like 30 minutes, I think she said. It was like half an hour or something like that. And what the sugar did, and the salt, a sugar and a little bit of salt. And what that did was like drew a natural like syrup or like a juice out of the peaches. And I was gonna do that. I was just gonna do it before I did this. But I didn't, because while I was cutting the peaches, everything was really juicy, and I thought that I wasn't gonna have a problem. But what happens is when you bake it, some of those, it gets juicy, but I feel like some of that moisture might get lost. So I think what I'm going to do next time is I'm either going to try that, or I'm going to try using canned peaches and see if the peach flavor is more prevalent in the pie. With the measurements given in the recipe, it's for a 9-inch pan. But I found that you could really make 2 pies with the store-bought crust, which is a 9-inch. So you could probably make 2 store-bought ones. I don't know if they're smaller, but I would use, if I was using a pie pan, I would use a 10-inch pan, because there was a lot of custard mixture, there was a lot of the layer on the crust, and there was a lot of stuff that went on the top. And that's why in the pictures you see on the top, there's some of the sugar on top that didn't caramelize yet, because there was just like so much. I was trying to like broil it at the end and like try and get it to melt. I was gonna light the candle lighter over it and everything, but it's fine. What ended up happening with me is one of my peaches didn't look right anyway while I was cutting it, so I ended up using like 4 peaches instead of the 5. I didn't use the full custard mixture. Like once I noticed the pie like fill up, I tried to fill in the cracks and, you know, like level it as much as possible. Once I saw it fill up, I didn't use any more of the custard mixture. And then the sugar mixture on top and the powder mixture on the bottom, I really didn't use all of it. I used like a generous amount of handfuls of it. But I did have a lot of extra of that and of the bottom part, like the lining on the bottom of the pie. So keep that in mind when you're baking. I think it's just, I think it was what's the word? There was too much. There was too much of certain things. So, those are my tips if you're going to try and make the recipe. I highly recommend reading the comments on the recipe. And then the peaches, you can use like 4 instead of 5. It depends. Like 5 small peaches will fit in there. If you have like these gigantic peaches like I did, then maybe like 4 of those. And the good thing about this recipe is that you can edit it. Like I saw some comments that did apples instead of peaches. Somebody made like a mixed berry thing out of this and they really loved it. If you want more of the flavor of the berries in there, then either draw it out with the method I was talking about before, or use canned fruit, I think. If you want to use fresh fruit, that's fine. I'll let you know if I try that method and if it like helps. If I do make this again, which like I said before, I definitely will. My family really loved that pie. I will see you next time for apples. Phantom out.
See, one day I'm gonna reach ya, take a plane for many miles. We pretend that time didn't pass us by when we're on Mulholland Drive. I know it won't be long before dawn, gotta be patient for a while. Someday we'll look at stars in this same sky, when I'm on the other side. Take me back to the life that we once knew, when the walls weren't closing in like they are now. 'Cause it's been too many years since California. I wish I could get there, I don't know how.